Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I am excited to bring you today's review. Now, even though the packaging doesn't have the labeling, this is part of the Rescue Bots line. These are the Dinobot Adventures Dinobots. We have Snarl, Swoop, Slag or Slug, and Sludge. I think these are repaints of pre-existing molds, maybe with some new tooling somewhere. I don't know how long they've been out. I know that when they were released in these colors, they were hard to find. I just got them from a third-party seller off of Amazon, and to be honest with you, I wasn't thrilled with it. The price was very, very reasonable, but unfortunately, their packaging left a lot to be desired. And the cards that these guys come on were damaged. Thankfully, though, the figures are fine. Each one transforms in like a one-step fashion, but they also have little play features. And I gotta say, I like them a lot. So we're going to take a look at each one individually, and then, yeah, I guess that'll be the review. Whatever. So how about we start off with Snarl? Okay, so here's Snarl, the last one I opened actually, and it's a Stegosaurus. As I mentioned, it does have a little play feature. If you come in and just move the spikes up and down the back, it does waggle the tail up and down. That's kind of cool, kind of funny. Nice looking figure. Has that golden yellow color, a little more of the darker gold right here on the back. Nice looking head, nice looking face. Transformation is actually very simple, as with all of these. So just go ahead, grab this whole back section, bring it down. That will friction into place. You can adjust the front arms. They are articulated. And there you go. There's the robot mode. The gimmick is locked now for the most part, but I can't tell if that's a new head or not. Something tells me it is. Something tells me like these were like dinosaur versions of the main Rescue Bots cast that were adjusted. But yeah, you know, to go back, just bring it back up, and there you go. So, it's, you know, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, enough of that. Let's take a look at Slag, or in certain parts of the country, Slug. Did I say certain parts of the country? I meant certain parts of the world. Slug is a Triceratops. The gimmick here is activated by the tail. Just press down and the head comes forward like, hey, hi there, like a little attack gimmick, which I think is kind of cool. Really like the look here. You got this nice, almost gold chrome and silver chrome on the front. Big Autobot logo there. Face underneath. Now, I gotta tell you, when I first got it, I wasn't sure how to transform him because it was kind of stiff. But what you do is you just rotate the back legs up, and that will... And they are stiff. There you go. And that will bring down the whole back section here. Again, locking the gimmick and clearing the robot head. Again, I think this might have been another Rescue Bots character, like Boulder maybe, that was like part of the main cast. But now it's Slag, or Slug. I noticed that there's, on some of these guys, they have this molded in treads and stuff. So I wonder if, like, let me try something. Bring it back to, going back to dinosaur mode. You just flip everything back down. I wonder if you just do that. Is that like, well, no, because unless there's like that, like an attack mode or something, but. Yeah, no, this is actually kind of cool, all things considered. Right up like that, and yeah, I mean, I wish this is the tightest transformation gimmick of all the figures. So if you're getting this for littler hands, might be a little difficult. So let's go to what's tied for number one with one of my as my favorite of the wave or series, Swoop. Okay, well, here's Swoop. Now, in the opening, I had him standing up on its robot arms like that, like its legs, but it's really supposed to look like this. Swoop is a pteranodon or pterodactyl, not sure. I'm not even sure if those dinosaurs still exist anymore. Thank you, science. But its gimmick right here is like a little lever here on the back, and this is kind of cool. The wings flap. Flappy. Flappy, 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 flappy. Ooh, imagine a Flappy Bird, a version of the Flappy Birds game that has this version of Swoop in it. Is Flappy Birds even still a thing? Now, a few things I want to mention. In packaging, this blue piece is folded down. That actually reveals Swoop's head, but it is meant to be folded up for animal mode. Also, its legs are kind of like not locked into place completely, so the figure is a little mistransformed in the packaging. But to get to robot mode, flip down that chest piece and then bring the legs down. That will bring back the dinosaur head, swoop, pardon the pun, the wings back, and here you go, and you can articulate the arms. You got robot chop, robot chop. Unfortunately, again, the action gimmick is a little locked, so you can't really do much with it. But I kind of like how you got the red here on top, the blue here on the bottom. They kind of are covering both versions of Swoop in one figure. Spread the legs out like you're doing the Van Damme splits. They will friction snap into place. And then just bring this piece up, and that will cover it up in there. Back into dinosaur mode. And it's Flappy Swoop, Flappy Swoop. So, yeah, like I said, this is one of my favorites. I've always liked Swoop. Really fun figure. Again, could that be Chase? Was Chase, or I think maybe one of the other guys was Chase? I don't know. But, yep, this is Swoop now, and he shall forever be Swoop. So, there's one more, and it's also tied for number one as my favorite, and it cracks me up. Let's take a look at Sludge. Okay, so Sludge is a brontosaurus, which then became a patasaurus because apparently brontosauruses no longer existed. But now I think brontosaurus is back because they were right in the first place. Science. And his little action gimmick is honestly it cracks me up. It's adorable. You got the little lever here in the back, and what you do is, if you notice here at the legs, they kick down. The head goes forward, like, hey, walk like a dinosaur. Get on the floor. Everybody walk like a dinosaur. Open the door. Get on the floor. Everybody walk like a dinosaur. Boom, boom. I cracked myself up. Really nice looking figure. Red, the gold on the head. Don't forget, we got the Studio Series Sludge coming soon. Gold there on the legs. Transformation, very simple. You're actually going to split the dinosaur head open. This will pop everything up and down. And then when you want to come around the back, fold the tail down. Unfortunately, there is no arm articulation, but they are, due to the transformation, angled out forward slightly, so they're not completely neutral. There's the head. Isn't that the fire engine guy? Again, I don't know. Now, what I really like about him is, unlike the other Dinobots, his gimmick is not completely locked. So you can't get him like, doing the nod. Yeah. Okay, I understand. Swoop wants to know, you want Arby's Wagyu new burger? Sure. Okay. There you go. I tell you, it's a bunch of fun. It really is. I mean, it doesn't move a lot, but it moves enough. And again, transforming back, just bring the arms up. They will tap together. Bring the tail up. We're back. And, yep, walking like a dinosaur. Really just a fun figure. Really cool. And these were supposed to be on shelves at the same time as the Dinobot Adventures Cyberverse subline, that final season. I don't know. I mean, well, I think there was distribution issues. That's what happened. But yeah, so that's about it. So I think all that's left is my final thoughts. Obviously, these are very simple and kid-friendly type of figures, but they're a lot of fun. I'm impressed that they were able to work in an action gimmick as well as that simple transformation. And seeing as how 3 out of the 4 figures can move their arms, you do have a little bit of expression and articulation, which I think is good enough for young fans to have a good time with. Now, as I mentioned, I got these off of Amazon. They were being sold by a third-party seller. And like I said, I got a good price. They were under $10 each, like $9.89 or something, which I think is roughly what they would retail for. And that's really what I would recommend paying. Don't go a lot higher than that because, unfortunately in this day and age, everything has an assumed value. But also be careful when buying from a third-party seller. As I mentioned in the beginning, while the price was right, the packaging was not, and the cards are very damaged. And as someone who's a collector who uses the packaging to store the figures when not on display, that was really upsetting and a little annoying. Now you might have noticed that there's no Grimlock. At the time, and really well, it's out, but at the time when I think these were first released, the only Grimlock that was available was a version that went from a Tyrannosaurus Rex to a two-wheeled motorcycle, what they call the two-wheelers, those big, thick ATV-style wheels, and that was it. But it was a normal-sized Rescue Bots figure, which would have been a little out of scale with these guys. Well, not to say that it's not out of scale, there is a new version of Grimlock that is on shelves that I think is called Autobot Heroes or Transformer Legend Heroes or something. If you remember my Optimus Primal review, it's in that same wave. And it's a Grimlock that goes from Tyrannosaurus Rex to Robot. And I think would be fine to display with these guys. Again, it'll be a little bit bigger, but that's as good as you're going to get. So I highly recommend them. They're fun desk toys. You can have a good old time with them. Something like Sludge was cracking me up. Swoop is pretty fun too. Yep, so definitely worth the purchase if you can find them for a reasonable amount of money. That's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I will always appreciate the views, the likes, comments, and subscriptions, help to communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. To make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/ChuckDog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month or $12 a year. No thrills, no tiers, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you bring figures like this to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, if you can't afford the $1 a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. We're getting into that time period now where the lunchtime special reviewers are getting their hands on Legacy Wave 2 figures, so it's imperative that you guys continue to support guys like me, guys like TJ Omega, guys like Bolt Matrix, who have to and want to wait for officially released product to present it to you. We're fans. We love the figures that we present to you. We're not just in this, to make a couple bucks, unlike I feel like a lot of those guys are. But again, we're well clear of 4,000 subscribers, which we just did a couple months ago. Couldn't have done it without you. Hopefully we can move onward. We got the summer months coming up. A lot of fun, a lot of good times. So, this is your old pal Chuck for Snarl, Swoop, Sludge, and Slag, or Slug. We will see you next time.